Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Fifth verse. Ya eko vibhati svata shuddha chetaha prakasha swarupopi nanevadhishu शरावोदकस्थो यथा भानुरेकः य एको विभाति स्वतः शुद्धचेताः प्रकाशस्वरूपोऽपि नानेवधीषु शरावोदकस्थो यथा भानुरेकः स नित्योपलब्धिस्वरूपोऽहमात्मा. So first just to bring us back to where we are. Very nice fifth verse. Manaha, Chakshuhu, etc. cannot illumine the Atma. Why? Atma illumines Manaha, Chakshu, etc. So, if the illuminer illumines some other things and then itself requires an illuminer to illumine itself, then we have Anyonya Ashraya. Anyonya Ashraya means what? Mutual codependency, interdependency. Then what is the use of knowing the Atma? The mind has to illumine Atma, and then Atma in turn illumines the mind, and everybody lived unhappily ever after. This is how the fairy tale will be. Everybody will be living unhappily because there is no the quest. The quest has to end. You cannot be a permanent sadhaka. If you are a permanent sadhaka, then that means what? That means the desire to know, the jignasa, the mumuksha, that has no culmination at all. That never stops, and you keep wanting to know, you keep knowing, and then you thought you found the illuminer, and the illuminer turned out to have another illuminer, and then that illuminer you found, and then just like going in search of the origins of the river. Nadi moolam, rishi moolam, na vicharayet. Please don't inquire into where is the nadi coming from. Oh, but we have Gangotri. Gangotri is just a spot. There they will tell, no, another place is there. Then another place is there. Then another place is there. No, but I really want to hug the source of the Ganga. Go hug a glacier, okay? That's all is the only option available. There is no place. There is no origin for certain things like this. And then, you just, and then Nadi Moolam na vicharayet, it is said in the Dharma Shastra, Rishi Moolam api na vicharayet. So everybody has one Rishi in the Gotra. Gotra means the lineage. So in the lineage, people say, I come from Rishi Bharadwaj, Bharadwaja Gotra, Kashyapa Gotra. And then so many Gotras will be there. And then you say, where did Bharadwaja come from? So Bharadwaja is my Gotra. What is Bharadwaja's Gotra? If you start looking into the ancestry of the Rishi, then where will you end up? Nowhere. You'll end up in monkey. That's all. That's all it will happen. Because the whole idea of taking our lineage to a rishi and stopping there is so that we have self-confidence. We come from this exalted person. As soon as you get this exalted person, don't look any further. After that, everything will be mediocre. Okay? So, anything you look into the origins of, it should have an end. Otherwise, to keep on searching is tiring. You cannot become an infinite seeker. You have to become what? The seeker of the infinite. That is what you have to convert yourself to. Otherwise, there is all this anavastha dosha, infinite regress, anyonya ashraya, mutual codependency. All these things are there. So we have to we have to be very clear in our understanding that manaha, chakshu, etc. What is that? Swayam na bhati, does not shine by itself. Anubhati cha. Anubhati, anubhanti. Anubhanti means they shine after. After what? The only thing that shines without needing a light. What is that? Atma. That's what we keep saying in the Arati. What is the Arati mantra? Na tatra chakshur bhati. And then na chandra, na tarakam, na ima vidyutaha bhanti. And what to talk of this miserable candle I am showing to you? When that shine of the knowledge of Atma, which is that this Atma is self-illumined and illumines everything, when in that light only everything shines. This is what is the idea here in the 5th verse. The 6th and the 7th verses will make that idea a little more, unpack it a little more. So 6th verse, yaha ekaha swataha shuddha chetaha vibhati. Shuddha chetaha, it's not plural like Ramaha. It is singular. Why? Sakaranta. Sakaranta Shabda, it ends in Shuddha Chetas. Shuddha Chetaha, like Nachiketas, and the first Pratipadika, Nachiketas, Nachiketaha. So Shuddha Chetas, Shuddha Chetaha. And Yaha, the one, Eko Vibhati. Eko Vibhati means by itself shines. How? Swataha, without needing any help. There is only one source of shine, one non-dual shine, which shines by itself. And then how does it shine? Prakasha Swarupaha. Prakasha Swarupaha. This self-effulgent, how many lights? One light. How does it shine? Naneva dhishu. In the buddhi of many, many beings. In the buddhi of the thief, it shines as a nefarious plan. Aha, who shall I rob next? You look really rich. Like this, in the buddhi, the Atma shines. Atma is not thinking like that. Don't think Atma is a thief. You have to be very careful here. Yeah. Atma is shining the light of the thought of the thief in the buddhi of the thief. Okay? Yeah. And similarly, there is one, what is that? The social service person thinking, let me help. Who shall I help next? She too is planning. Like the thief is also planning, she is also planning. He is planning over here who to give vairagya, instant vairagya, who shall I give next? And what is she planning? Who shall I serve next? Which area needs annadanam? Which area needs a medical plan, medical camp? All these things another person is planning, where in that person's buddhi that plan is taking place. In this person's buddhi this plan is taking place. One is kubuddhi. This is what the whole idea of the example is. One is kubuddhi. Kubuddhi means not good news, bad buddhi. Any upasarga, any prefix with the word, with the syllable ku, bad news. Kuputra, not a nice son. kubuddhi, a buddhi that is filled with confused and sometimes adharmic thoughts. So the kubuddhi also is shined by the same Atma, and the subuddhi, the one that is planning to serve food for everybody, help do a medical drive, clothes drive, food drive, whatever they are planning to do, that thought is also driven by who? Atma alone. The light of Atma simply illumines various naneshu dhishu. In all the buddhis, naneva dhishu prakashaswarupaha api Atma. And the same thing that was there in verse number 3 is repeated here. Sharava udakasthaha. Sharava, like a earthen jug. And udakasthaha means that, the udakastha sharavaha. So that sharava in which the udakam, what is udakam? Water, in which the water is filled. So like a water-filled jug in the presence of sunlight. Not one water-filled jug. How many water-filled jugs? Many, many water-filled jugs. The same sunlight, just like it illumines, similarly, this Atma is illumining all these buddhis. This is the translation. Now, we have to see how this illumination is happening. So, ekaha vibhati. Ekaha vibhati what? Nana dhihi. So, nana dhiyam vibhati. Many, many these it shines. It shines the same thing. And so, what should I identify with? Should I identify with the buddhi, or should I identify with that which lights up the buddhi? Naturally, I identify with what? That which lights up the buddhi. The buddhi, if I identify, what will happen? Because the buddhi, one minute subuddhi, another minute kubuddhi. In the same buddhi, different kinds of thoughts come based on the ragadveshas. If the ragadveshas are calm, then you know what will happen? It's not hard to become a person with subuddhi. I can be a happy, blessing presence because all my ragadveshas are being fulfilled. No problem. Here, take this, do that. Yes, yes, everything is fine. But the moment something challenging happens, in the sense contrary to one's expectations, contrary to the raga and dvesha, contrary to the expectations and one's agenda, subuddhi does not take a long time to convert into what? Durbuddhi or kubuddhi. It turns. Even with regard to the same person. The same person who was being worshipped, and the same person who was being put on the pedestal, the very next minute what happens? Dragged down. We see this in politicians and all. 1 minute, oh, you are the answer to our nation. Without you, nothing will happen. Yes, we are going to bring you to to occupy the post of Prime Minister, post of President. And then a few months before the election, some scandal happens. Scandal means what? Some kind of illegal money transfer or some affair the person had or whatever. And then of course these days there is a camera everywhere. Yes. The camera, what is it called? CC something. CCTV. Yeah. Maybe it's as entertaining as TV also. So, because it sees a lot of things. That's how it is called CCTV. SEE. Because all it does is see. So, this CCTV is everywhere. It is competing with the Alupta Drik, which is Atma, the constant seer. Completely. We thought only Atma is seeing constantly, but this stupid CCTV, you think you are just going to do something slightly illegal for half a second, but something somewhere has already caught it. And then before that is the first bad thing that happens. And the second thing that happens is that everybody has Facebook. And what is that other thing? Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, all these things people have. And then no sooner than this is caught, that little video goes viral. Up till now only people had viruses, but now even this video goes viral. Goes viral means starts to trend. And then everybody knows what you were doing under this camera. In the moment of indiscretion, not only what you were doing, sometimes they can even hear what you were saying. This is what is called hot mic problem. So in this way, this poor politician who was like a very big savior type, everybody loved him, everybody thought he is the answer to everybody and all the problems. And then under the unseeing light of the CCTV, certain of his nefarious activities come to light, and then what happens immediately? The public pulls the fellow down. After that, he bites the dust. You don't hear of that person ever again. He or she is gone from the face of the public, gone completely. And so here, just like that, the same buddhi, same praja, same people, the same people who glorified him, what are they doing now? Vilifying him. So then what happens? That same Atma is shining on the buddhi that glorified him, is shining on the buddhi that vilified the neta. Same buddhi and same politician also. First appeared as the savior of everybody and then appeared as somebody from whom everybody required to be saved. So completely different. But then all those thoughts, whether it is thoughts of wanting to be saved by this person or the thought that now I need to be saved from this person, from Tritiya Vibhakti, it has jumped to Panchami Vibhakti, okay? Yeah, Tritiya, by, through, and then Panchami from, oh no! So even that transformation, even though it happens in a second, is logged on by the Atma, and that same Atma, it doesn't have a judgment. Whether you are plotting a bank robbery or whether you are plotting how to sing bhajans together and have a satsang, it don't care at all. It does not care at all. What does it want? It wants nothing. Its nature is to illumine. And illumine, even though in English and even in Sanskrit, it's a verb, it's a kriyapada, verb, it must not be taken as verb. What is it? Nature. It's the swarupa of Atma to illumine. So whether it is good thoughts or bad thoughts or good buddhi or bad buddhi, good plans or bad plans, disappointment, dejection, fear, sorrow, happiness, ecstasy, agony, everything it simply brings to light. It even brings to light your own ignorance. Tula avidya and Moola avidya, both are brought to the light. Both of them are brought to the light. How? When you say, oh, this is a new gadget, I don't know how it works, what is it supposed to do? Then you say, no, this is something that has a name and it is from Amazon, and then without doing anything, already you were not getting enough exercise. Now you tell this gadget, please turn on the lights, and it will turn on all the lights in the house. And then you tell it, please play this music. It will play the music. So now that gadget, ignorance was there before, and then Who was the one who illumined the gadget ignorance? You, when you said, I don't know what this is, I don't know how it works. Then after that they showed you how the buttons work and how remotely, even from outside, you can tell it, please put the dinner on, I'm coming. No, I'm exaggerating, it will not do that. So, please put the dinner on, I'm coming. It will not do that. It will just turn the switch on of whatever switch you are. Please open the garage. I'm coming by car. It will open the garage just in the time you're coming. From inside the house it will open. You are 10 miles away. From there you give the command, it will open. Now what do you have? You have gadget knowledge. Gadget ignorance was illumined by who? Atma, yourself. You only said, I don't know how it works, and after being shown all the features, what do you say? Oh, cool, now I know how it works. So, gadget ignorance and gadget knowledge, Atma is not unopposed to, it's not opposed to. Atma is unopposed to Anatma ignorance, Atma is unopposed to Anatma knowledge. If this much is clear, then what about Atma ignorance? We say that ignorance and knowledge are like tamas and prakasha. The two cannot be there in the same place at the same time. In the same antahkarana, you cannot have both presiding, only one, because ignorance is opposed to knowledge, knowledge is opposed to ignorance. Yes. This is true, but this is why we have to study Hastamalaka, Stotra and other things, because very fine tuning this knowledge is. Very finely tuned our understanding will become. And what is the story here? The story is very, very beautiful and simple. The story is this, that Atma is not opposed to ignorance. That's why you can be ignorant all your life, this life. Atma will not say, hey, study about me. I'm the most misunderstood being in the whole world. How come you're not understanding me? I feel unloved and misunderstood. It doesn't say. It simply, if it had shoulders, Atma, if it had shoulders, it would shrug its shoulders and say, theek hai, do whatever you want, it's okay. So one life gone, another life, the fellow, the jiva comes back. There is one song, the cat came back the very next day. Here also the jiva came back the very next life. We have to say like this. No shame. Jiva comes back again and again and again. Why the jiva comes back again and again and again? Jiva comes back again and again and again only because the reason for coming back is not understood and is not removed. As soon as the reason for coming back is understood and taken care of, there is no need to come back again and again. So, Atma is unopposed to Ajnanam. Atma Ajnanam itself it is unopposed to. Why? Because it is so much beyond Ajnanam that it cannot but light up the Ajnanam, which is what causes all the, not all the jivas, I wish, which causes a few tiny slice of the jivas, human jivas, to look for an ashram that teaches. Why? I cannot stand my ignorance. How do you know you have ignorance? Because I don't know myself. I don't know myself. When you say, what are you saying? I know that I don't know myself. Do you see how Atma is not opposed to ignorance? You see that? Then what is it that is opposed to ignorance? Atma Jnanam, Vritti Jnanam here. Vritti Jnanam and ignorance Vritti cannot stay in the same place at the same time. Vritti Jnanam chases away I am ignorant iti, the feeling, the understanding, the wrong understanding, I am ignorant iti, is chased away by what? Vritti jnanam. And so vritti jnanam is a small thing here. Atma is much more than vritti jnanam. Atma is all jnanam, not just, it doesn't need to come in the form of vritti except when in the process of how the knowledge has to take place. And so therefore what? Atma is free of all kinds of anything that illumines, it is free of. If ignorance terrorized the Atma and held it hostage, you will never ever know. ये बाद में कीजिए ना, बाद में करना. हाँ, 12:15 को क्लास हो जाएगी, बाद में करना. थैंक यू. I thought it was only one, but it kept on coming. So now this Atma Ajnanam cannot hold a candle to Atma. Atma Ajnanam is like a little mosquito. Atma cognizes mosquito, Atma cognizes also Atma Ajnanam, same way. And when we talk about the removal of Atma Ajnanam, then we are talking about the operation of Vritti Jnanam, which is opposed to Ajnanam. So the opposite Vritti is generated by the Shastra, and that is what is talked about. That is what is talked about. And then what do we have? We have the beautiful verse here. Shuddha swataha shuddha chetaha. Atma, just because it is illumining ignorance, does not mean it is ignorance. Whatever it illumines, it is free of. आप बाद में करना. हाँ, प्लीज़. थैंक यू. जाइए. So everything it is free of. Whatever it illumines, it is not opposed to. It doesn't have an opinion. This is good, this is bad, this is enough, this is not enough, this is sufficient, this is insufficient. It does not have any such judgment. No opinions. Like what? Like the next verse is going to tell us, like Surya Prakasha. Let us chant that one. So just like in every, first let us finish seeing this, the third line. Like it lights up every buddhi, like even the small sharava, big sharava, everything is lit up in the same manner. Yathane chakshuf prakasho ravirna kramena prakashi karoti prakashyam अनेकाधियो यस्तथैक प्रबोधः यथानेक चक्षुः प्रकाशो रविर्न क्रमेण प्रकाशीकरोति प्रकाश्यम् अनेकाधियो यस्तथैकप्रबोधः स नित्योपलब्धिस्वरूपोऽहमात्मा. the sunlight illumines everything. How does it illumine everything? One by one or simultaneously? Simultaneously. It's not like when you go to a Mahatma to get prasad. Let's say there are hundreds of the devotees. One Mahatma is giving out prasad. And then what do you have to do? You have to line up. You have to line up one after the other. And then queue by queue, turn by turn, what do? You go there and stand in line, get the blessing. Whatever that blessing may be like, it may be in the form of a laddu. What is laddu? Ball of calories. Okay. It may be in the form of a laddu. It may be in the form of what else? It may be in the form of some peacock feather on the head. What is that called? Shaktipat. Okay. And shortcut to moksha. So, and then, so there is all these things. And then, so one by one only the devotees will come. One devotee at a time, one blessing at a time, one laddu at a time, one book at a time, one flower at a time. So like this, this is what we know in our lives. In our lives, we know it only like this. We know Atma only in this way. Abhi nahi karna bhaiya, baad mein karo. Lock it, please lock it. So, we know this only in this way. We know all the things kramena. Kramena means in an orderly fashion. What is the orderly fashion? First come, first serve. That is the order. Or maybe, like sometimes it's the alphabetical order. Persons with names starting with A and then B, like this. You come one by one. So, yatha ravihi, yatha aneka chakshuhu prakasha ravihi na kramena prakashi karoti aneka chakshuhu prakashyam. So this is first we have the example. What is the example? Just as what? Just as the sunlight does not bless many eyes one by one. First this pair of eyes came, so I am going to bless this eye, because you see, how does the flower become evident to me? The sunlight has to shine on the object, correct? And then only in the light of the sun, the chakshu is able to operate and then able to see. So then we say the chakshu is blessed by what? The sunlight, the chakshu is blessed, and then in turn what does it do? It reveals all the objects, object A, object B, object C, object D, object E. All the objects it reveals. How? Not one by one. At the same time, the revelatory capacity of the eyes given by the sun, how does it reveal? Simultaneously. And that is one point. Second point, very fine, very small, fine understanding is here. Sukshma, sophisticated, subtle. So one point we have seen. Second point is when the Ravi, the sun, lights up all the eyes, how does it light up the eyes? Not kramena. It blesses the eyes, not like the Mahatma blessing a crowd one by one, but like at the same time, Yugapat, all the eyes light up with the ability to see, and then it doesn't say first let me light up the eyes, then I will light up the object. No, the object to be seen and the karana that sees are all lit up at the same time, allowing the allowing the sight to take place. This is the example. Have you understood the example? Yes. This is the example. Now, what is exemplified? Similarly, Atma Chaitanyam, that is free of ignorance, free of papa punya, Shuddha Chetaha, free of everything, illumines the eyes, illumines also the object to be seen, and then how? Yugapat, simultaneously. That is all that this is trying to say. It looks hard, but it is not hard. So let us look at this verse. Yatha aneka chakshuhu ravihi na prakashi karoti kramena. So just like the sun does not illumine the different eyes differently at different times in an orderly way, one by one, prakashyam, prakashyam is that which is to be lit up. It doesn't kramena. Kramena is the opposite of yugapat. Yugapat means at once. Kramena, one by one. Yugapat, at once. Okay. So, yatha kramena na the na is there after Ravi. It should be coming with prakashi karoti. Which pratyaya? Chvi pratyaya. Prakashi karoti. Prakashyam. So that which is to be brought to light, it does the sunlight doesn't bring everything to light one by one, but what does it do? Simultaneously it brings everything to light, and so therefore anekaha dhiyaha plural here, anekaha dhiyaha tatha ekaprabodha. Ekaprabodha is one Atma. The one Atma lights up all the buddhis at once. Even the confused thought in every buddhi, double thought, triple thought, should I do this, should I not do that, both viparyaya and samshaya are lit up at once. There is no time gap. Why is there no time gap? Time came after Atma. Atma didn't come after time. That is why we cannot say that Atma Jnanam happened on a Tuesday at 1:45 p.m. We cannot say that. Why? The so-called enlightenment, Atma Jnanam, is not an event in time. It's not an event in time. Event in time, event is not there for Chit. Time is not there for Chit. Event and time, when can you count? For Chidabhasa alone, event and time is there, not for Chit. For Chit, there is no event in time. For Chidabhasa alone, there is event in time. Event is there, time is there. Chidabhasa itself is a product of time. Because when that Atma light entered the buddhi, you can say, okay, and different things are there. You can say it entered the baby at conception, it entered the baby in the 5th month, whatever. People have certain ideas, 5th month of gestational development. People say all kinds of things. That doesn't matter. The thing is, there is a time you can say it entered. And the Chidabhasa, there is a time it says, you have, what is that? It has gone. When you kick the bucket. Yeah. The Bhanu, the Eka Bhanu which is being there is destroyed. So, body destroyed, Chidabhasa destroyed. But the rules that apply to the Chidabhasa are not at all applying to the Chit. Chit is a completely different thing, totally different thing, free of all rules. No rules for Chit. So then there is a time. See, even when perception of flower takes place, there is a time. I can look at the clock and say 11:56, I perceived this flower. Please clock it. For what? We don't know, but anyhow. But certain historical events are clocked. Somebody is running a marathon. Last time they did so many miles in, they did 1 mile in 8 minutes and 3 seconds. This time they beat their own record and did it in 8 minutes and 1 second. Like this. For that, the time is important. For any event in the Vyavaharika Satta, time becomes the canvas over which all the events unfold. Everything is marked by time. And even if you are not looking at the time, stomach will tell you what? Lunch time. Stomach knows how to tell the time. And what else? The eyes also know how to tell the time. And if you are awake for too long, the eyes drag in sleep. Mind also knows how to tell the time. If you have been waiting for somebody for 15 minutes, you know in your mind it is 15 minutes. Sakshi Pratyaksha. All these are subject to time. Atma, not subject to time at all. Not subject to events. Atma itself is not an event. Why? Because na janma. Ajatatvat, because of it being not born, it is not subject to becoming an event in time. Because it is not subject to death, therefore it is not an event in time. And because it is what? It is that third thing we have to know, it is that because of which time is. It is the Dada of time. It is the Dada of time. Time itself is worshipped. Who is the one? Who is the Lord of time? Lord Shiva as Kala Bhairava. There is one Kala Bhairava Ashtakam. Very nice it is. It talks about how all the events rise and fall, empires rise and fall, civilizations rise and fall in the grip of tyrannical time, and the one who laughs at time is the timeless one because of whom time is born. Time itself is born. And where does it say in the Shastra? It does not, but we have to supply it. When we say in the Taittiriya Upanishad, when it says Tasmad va etasmat atmanah akashas sambhutah. Space came when you say, that means what? Time also came. Space and time are intertwined. That's why we say everybody is subject to the space-time continuum. Space-time matrix. And all the quantum physicists are now looking into how to beat time. What to do? How to become invisible to time. Why? Because they don't want grey hairs and wrinkles. That's the only reason. No other reason. So how to remain young forever? Study Vedanta. Simple. No problem. Yeah. Instead of choosing the simplest thing, we should have an invisibility cloak. What is this invisibility cloak? No, it is some kind of a magical cloak. And if you are wearing that, whatever it is, you wear that, and then Father Time cannot see you. You are free of time. You are into some kind of a time warp. And this invisibility cloak, how to make something to invisible to time and space matrix, they are working on. I don't think they have made a lot of progress. Otherwise, we would have heard of it. Yeah. But one person, I don't know the name of this scientist, has said that if you go in a certain way, like this is for later when space travel is all, like airplane travel. Already it is becoming like that with SpaceX and all. But it has to be even more developed. So perhaps in the next century or the century after that, when Dwapara Yuga really comes and then all this travel is there. And so in this kind of a travel, how to go and where to go, because in space apparently there are certain pockets where space and time rules do not apply. This is called a space warp, time warp. So if you hide in this warp, aging stops. Okay? Yeah. You choose. Are you going to study Vedanta, or are you going to wait for the next 2 centuries for the time warp and the space warp to be what? Perfected, and are you going to go there? What is your choice? You can tell me later. Okay? So, because, and also think about it. Yeah, see, what should I say? I can easily make a commercial for Vedanta, no problem. Okay? Yeah. I'm a good advertiser of Vedanta. So now, if you go to this time warp, let's say everything was magic. You can go to this place. Space-time rules do not apply in these pockets. You think you'll be the only one there? Everybody will be crowded. Okay? Yeah. No AC. Here also no AC. May as well sit here and learn. May as well study here. No problem. And so like this, this mantra is cutting off any possibility, even the slightest possibility of application of time to Atma. Time is because Atma is. The isness of time belongs to Atma. Time comes, time goes. What is there? Atma. Time is the canvas upon which all events unfold. Atma is the canvas upon which time itself unfolds. That is all this is trying to say. That time, this krama, this time is not, if you understand, if you go to Atma and say, Mr. Atma, what is the time? It will not understand what you are saying. What do you mean, what is the time? What time? Where time? Totally timeless is the Atma. Now, talking about the Atma Jnani, talking about the one who knows the Atma, same rules also. The Jnani is beyond time. The one who has Jnanam has swallowed up time. Time swallower. So that is what is Kala Bhairava. Kala Bhairava has swallowed time. So if you take refuge in Kala Bhairava, you too get the knowledge that swallow. You are blessed to get the knowledge. You are blessed to in turn gain the knowledge that swallows time. That's why Kala Bhairava is fierce. Why? Time itself is fierce. So the one who swallows time should be how fierce. And then we have a feminine version also. Who is that? Kali, goddess Kali. Why does she have the tongue out? Not to scare you, to scare time, to scare Mrityu. That is all very metaphorical. There is no tradition like ours, really. It's just so beautiful. Very metaphorical, very beautiful. So here, Aneka Chakshuhu Yatha Ravihi Kramena Na Prakashi Karoti. Tatha Anekaha Dhiyaha Ekaprabodha means that many buddhis are lit up simultaneously by the same what? Atma, same Atma, Atma Chaitanya. By that same Atma Chaitanya, the buddhi is stimulated. The buddhi becomes active in the presence of which Atma? That alone is timeless. And that Atma, which is in the form of Nitya Upalabdhi, I alone am. Vivasvat prabhatam yatha rupamaksham pragrinhati nabhatamevam vivasvan yada bhata abhasayatyakshamekaha yada bhata abhasayatyakshamekaha sanityopaladhiswarupohamatma vivasvat prabhatam yatha rupamaksham pragrinhati nabhatamevam vivasvan yada bhata abhasayatyakshamekaha sa nityopalabdhi swarupohamatma. Vivasvat prabhatam, the light of the sun. Vivasvat prabhatam, yatha, in which manner, rupam aksham, in the, just as the eye catches the form which is what? Illumined by the sun. Got it? Yeah. So, yatha, in which manner, vivasvat prabhatam, vivasvatah, no, vivasvata prabhatam, Tritiya Tatpurusha here. So, vivasvata, by Vivasvan. Who is Vivasvan? No, not eyes. Yeah, that's why I asked. Yeah, sun. Yeah, Vivasvan is sun. Don't say I don't know who is Vivasvan. Did I meet him? Don't say that. Okay. Yeah. So Vivasvan means sun. Okay. So Vivasvat. So the light of the sun, you can say, or lit by Vivasvata Prabhatam, lit by the sun. What happens? Yatha Rupam. Rupam means the form. The form is lit by the sun, and the eyes also need light to see, correct? Without light, can the eyes see? No. So then, Aksham also lit by the Vivasvan's light. The Aksha, the Rupa, the form is lit by the sun. The eyes are lit by the sun. And then, what happens? The eyes see. Parigrinhati, pratigrinhati, pragrinhati, all same meaning. Paritaha, pragrinhati, all around one sees. Pragrinhati, prakarshena grinhati, grinhati, grasps. So the sight takes place. How? Because the light of the sun illumines the eyes and illumines the object. Na abhatam evam. Na abhatam evam means it is not understood, it is na parigrinhati, means it is not caught in the absence of the light. Okay? So Vivasvataha abhatam, Vivasvataha abhatam means when the sun does not shine, that light is not talked about at all. It cannot even be understood because there is no light, there is no perception that takes place. In the Panchadashi, a nice example is given. 2 rooms, let's say you have. In one room you keep our famous lamp. You keep the lamp over which is upturned another clay pot which has holes in it. Okay? In one room that light is kept. In another room you keep another lamp, don't light it, and then you just keep that. In both of them there is a covered lamp, as though covered lamp. In one room the lamp is lit, in another room the lamp is not lit. So you go into the first room, what happens? The light of the lamp reaches the eyes, and then in turn it illumines the lamp. Don't say it illumines the light. Light doesn't need illumination. This is all very, very fine. You have to be very, very careful. How we talk, we have to be very careful. So, the light of the lamp reaches the eyes and illumines what? The lamp. Illumines the earthen lamp, illumines the covering which has nanakara. It has various designs on the covering. Sun is there, star is there, all that it illumines. Then you go into the other room, what happens? Pitch dark. You have to say, no moon, amavasya. No moon is there, pitch dark. What happens? You need another light to illumine the eyes, to illumine that pot, and to illumine the lamp. This is what it is. So that is the best way to explain this verse through the Panchadashi example. So therefore, yatha abhate abhasayati aksham ekah. Yada abhate means when it shines, it the one which is shining, the giving light to the eyes. Now a confusion can come. Wait a minute, the eyes were already lit by who in the first line? Sun. What is this other light that is being talked about? Oh, some gadbad in this verse. Yeah, Hastamalaka was sleeping. No. What is the second light here? Atma. Yes. Even though we say we are dependent on sun by the day, moon by the night, firebrand by the night, tube light by the night, all these things we may say. But then, what are we really dependent on? Atma. The light of Atma illumines even the sun. That which illumines even the sun, and that because of which the sun has the capacity to illumine the eyes and then later on the object, that light I am. The light of all lights, Jyotisham api tad Jyotihi. More we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.